Welcome to the Aramco Powered by House studio, and I'm very excited about this one. I'm joined by Liz Young. Now Liz, when I was on tour, the amount of questions I used to bombard you between every tournament week, and you're back in now.
Yeah. Grandma on tour, right?
No, stop. So we need to talk about, first off, 2 weeks before your 40th birthday, you got your maiden victory on the LET.
Yeah.
Talk us through that experience.
Obviously, because it'd been 14 years on tour, no victory, I really wasn't expecting it. I just go out each week trying to play good golf, and what'll happen happens. Obviously, going into the last round, I was leading, but a well-known Swede called Lynn Grant's one shot behind, so you don't count your chickens too early when that happens. But yeah, I just concentrated on one shot at a time, and I guess that was my week, and yeah, it was amazing.
And the trophy's something to go by, isn't it? I don't know that we've got a graphic, but it is a cow.
It is a wooden cow, blue and wood cow, yeah, which sits proudly on my mantelpiece. And it has a friend. My daughter gave it a little horse as a friend. I think at the moment now, I think it's got a pottery turtle next to it as well. And yeah.
So this is your 15th season. Now, you are Mrs. Consistent. 15 years on tour. Your stroke average is 72.54, which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Is there anything in your game that you think helps you do this?
Well, I've been working with my coach for well over 10 years now, and we work on a swing that produces consistency. And then when the putts drop that week, then the scores are going to go low. But it's all about, we've got to be in certain positions in our swing, and then we just take it from there. But it's just a lot of hard work.
15 years, and before that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to see you hit one. And then I want you to talk through key elements that help you stay consistent.
Yeah.
Can I just make note that this is actually my club, so I'm really sorry, Liz.
That's fine.
Hopefully
That's fine. I can work with
perfectly
it
for you.
I can work with it.
I'm going to pretend I'm your caddy this week.
Yeah.
So your coach is Peter Thompson.
Peter Thompson, yeah. So, like I said, we've been working for over 10 years, and when I came to him, my swing, even though I was I think I was +4 handicap, my swing was terrible. I wasn't very technical, couldn't even get out of the bunker because my swing was that bad. But so we've been working on, for a long time, the fundamentals. So number one is setup. Like, the setup has to be right. It has to be the same every time. Otherwise, you're in a lot of trouble before you even take the club away. So we say that setup is 70% of the golf swing.
And what things in particular? We've got the wedge here.
Wedge, it's ball position. I mean, if I'm playing a standard shot, it doesn't matter if I've got a driver in my hand or a wedge in my hand. That ball position is exactly in the same spot for every shot. And I try and play. I'm not a player that tries to shake the ball. I want to hit that straight shot. I know it's impossible, but that's what you're going for. So yeah, so obviously my grip is usually pretty good, but I'm always checking on that ball position to be one club head inside that left instep, keeping that left foot out, pointing out, and that one square, which makes it easier to restrict my turn because I can keep going and going, which is never good. You want to finish at the same point altogether.
And is that the same with every iron?
Every iron.
Love that.
Every iron, every wood, that is the same position every shot. Unless, obviously, I'm trying to play a low shot under a tree, when I miss the fairway.
Talking about Aramco Powered by how to be consistent, the ball position is the same with every single club.
Every single club.
What a tip.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to give this a go, Liz. I might get back out here.
It never changes. So once I've done that, then obviously I'm thinking about my backswing. And for me, and a lot of amateurs, the first move, you take it inside.
Yeah.
Which now you're really stuck. So
show us that one more time. Not that we want you to engrave it.
Yeah, no. This was my old swing.
Right, and now the good one.
Yeah. So, now we're stuck. We're in a lot of trouble. You've got to reroute it. You're either going to block it out to the right because you're inside the swing path, or you're going to flip the hands over and then you've got your snap hook. So there's nothing good about getting the club head inside the hands. So my first thought when turning back is keeping that club head outside the hands.
Love it.
So quite often, even in the tournament rounds, before I hit it, I will just practice that move. just making sure that that club head is outside the hands.
And is that feel-based, Liz, or are you looking for an actual position? What is helping you achieve that?
Yeah, I mean, so you're looking at it when you practice in it, but then it's also getting the brain to try and memorize that feeling. I mean, that's the hard thing, isn't it? Because if you don't see it, you don't. My coach always laughs, feel isn't real. Everybody thinks they're doing something, even professionals, top professionals, they think they're doing something, but actually when they look at it, they're not.
Yeah, they're thinking, oh dear.
Yeah, but it's true. It's like, and I'll say to my coach, I'm like, yeah, but it feels like that. And he looks at me and he's like, feel isn't real. Somebody told me that. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Cheers, Peter.
Yeah. So yeah, so
the swing thought number one.
Key swing thought number one, right? And then it's everything turning into the inside of my right heel.
Love it.
So I take it back and then I turn. And it's getting that shoulder as well under the chin.
So I like these. I'm gonna be doing this afterwards. Right, go on then. Show us one.
Right.
So good takeaway, right heel. Oh, there it is. Doesn't matter that it's pitching.
There we go. It's about 100 yards.
That is lovely. And do you find that having those cues, are you thinking about them when you're out there on the golf course?
Yeah, so like today, my swing thought, after I checked my setup is correct, my swing thought today was turn, hinge, and then hit, because I'm working on my consistency of my impact. That's where I get my inconsistency. It's not left or right. It's not quite catching the ball because the hands sometimes aren't in front of the ball when I hit the ball.
Got you. So again, that's setup related, back to the important point. Go on, let's see one more and then we'll get it on screen and have a little analyse.
Oh no.
So good, Liz. This is why you
was that out there today?
Where was that? Shot level bar. Right, let's go back to the screen and we're going to go through this now. Okie dokie. So, setup. We can definitely see it from face on. Anything in particular you like about this?
Yeah, ball position is good. Hands are in front of the ball.
Yeah.
Good width with the stance. Straight arm as well. Left arm's always got to be straight. Every shot, because it could. If you start with it slightly bent, then you could straighten it a little bit. You could bend it a bit more. Straight is straight.
So they're your checkpoints.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they're good for everyone to try at home as well. A, that consistent ball position, and B, that straight.
And it's something anybody can do.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Love that. Liz, you're giving some gold here. Okay, so look at that takeaway. That's money, Liz.
There you go. Right. So
I hope you don't mind seeing your swing before round two, but that's perfect.
No,
so we're happy.
Perfect, yes. So we're happy. The club head is outside the hands. We've got some width in it from the front on angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from there, hopefully we won't mess it up. You never know.
Here we go. Moment of truth. Turning into that right heel. I mean, you can see it.
So if you had a line from my ankle bone up, that should then hit the butt of the club.
If Rachel can actually get the line, it's a bit off, but yeah, we're good. Rachel's done the wrong line.
So yeah, if that line was on you, then you want the butt of the club on that line or slightly to, I mean, if you want to be picky, slightly to the left of it.
And as the club falls down, I mean, this is the money maker. This is the consistency.
Yeah.
That position there, Liz, that's going to play golf for another 15 seasons.
Oh no, I can't do that.
We like you. Yes, you can. So let's go back to the mat. And I want you now, I mean, you've given us the tips for consistent setup. Is there one other tip you could give for everyone at home to help with swing consistency?
Swing consistency.
Completely dropped you with this
Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it? Staying connected, I think. Anybody, the key thing with the golf swing is everything it's moving at different speeds, but it has to stop together and then start. Physics, the golf swing stops. It has to because it changes direction, right? So if you stop it all at the same time, then you're going to get that consistency going through. So although the hips move at a different speed to the arms and the arms move further than the hips, it's still stopping everything at the top, pause, and then go.
Any drills for that? So literally just trying to stop at the top?
Yeah, so stopping everything. So there, have that little pause, and then hit.
And then go. Go on, one more. Can't stop. I can't see enough of this swing, Liz. It's almost Morikawa-esque there, isn't it, with that little pause?
You know, I think we've seen it a lot more in the men's game. A lot more players are having that pause.
Even JT's got a little
Yeah,
pause,
and it does help because everything stops and then you can start again.
What a tip. Love it. Right, we're going to go back to the... Now, we've got a couple of images we're going to put up. And you've spoken a lot about this with Aramco and at the Team Series events about family.
Yeah.
And you have a daughter who is playing golf. Is she any good, Liz?
She tries.
I won't tell you what she said first time I asked this question. How old is she now?
She turns 7 this month. So, yes, she's definitely Miss Independent. She knows her own mind. She does give golf a go. She's got some clubs. But I have to say, to be truthful, she is more likely having a look in the forest, at my course I play at, going in the bunkers.
4 golf balls or obviously
No,
yours, Liz?
no, just looking for leaves and twigs and, you know, whatever she can find. But yeah,
again.
Yeah, she does come to a few events in the summer. Obviously she's at school, so it's tricky, but yeah, we try and get a couple of events that she comes to.
And how do you manage being a mum and having a 7-year-old daughter?
I have an amazing support system at home.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. My husband there, he has a normal 9-to-5 job. So when he's not at work, he's obviously looking after her. And then when she finishes school, before he finishes work, I've got grandparents that are on call, hopefully most of the time.
I love this.
Or we've got after school club, which she loves. She's so used to breakfast club and after school club.
Have you found being a mum actually help your time management? Because you know you've got X amount of time to practice.
It made a massive difference to my game, for the better. Funnily enough, I didn't think it would, but beforehand I had all day. My husband worked and I had all daylight hours to go to the gym, go to the golf course. And you know, you go to the golf course and you have a little chip and then you chat and then you have a little putt and then you have a coffee. Yeah. No. So, and then you don't actually really accomplish anything. You've spent the whole day at the golf club and the gym, but what have you actually accomplished? Whereas when I had Isabel, obviously when she was a baby and I was getting back into golf, like with feeds and everything, it's like, right, Mum's got her for 2, I've got 2 hours. That's all I've got today. What are we going to get done? Boom, boom, boom. And that was it. And I would only practice for 2 hours that day. And then maybe the next day I wasn't, but the quality was so much better because I knew I may not get to practice tomorrow. So that could be it for 48 hours. And I think now going forward, obviously getting a bit older too, I love to hit balls on the range, but I just can't. I don't have the time to, and I don't think my body would handle it the next day.
That's why it's important to have your consistent routine.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
You go there.
That's it. I know what's going to happen, and hopefully I can still pull it off.
You can, Liz. What are your top tips for time management?
Time management, you've got to be organised. Oh my word, yes. You've got diaries, calendars. We've got a massive year one up in our utility room. Then I've got one on my phone, and then I'm sending screenshots to my husband of she's in breakfast club here, then she's got ballet, then she's got swimming. Grandma's picking her up there, you're picking her up there. But it's just organising it all in advance. You get thrown a curveball like we have this week. We've got no grandparents to help, so it was like suddenly, due to illness, it's suddenly like, okay, right, how are we going to do it? And my husband's boss has been really good and let him work from home, so we can manage that way. And yeah, but organisation, you've got to be organised and you've got to be disciplined.
Get your W this week and you can get him a Prezi to say thank you, Liz.
Yeah.
Now, I've got one more question before we let you go and rest for your second round. So you're a mum and you've got a daughter who's playing golf. What advice would you give to the parents at home that have children and they want a career in golf? What advice would you give to them?
Number one, get your education. I would not, especially Isabel, I would not let any sport or anything, you've got to get your education. In sport, you don't know if you're going to get injured. You don't know if you're going to like it. It's a very different lifestyle that until you're on tour, you don't know if you're going to like it. You could be the best, you could be world number 1, but if you don't like it, life on tour, you're not going to hang around. And then when you do it, make sure that you love it, because it's a hard job. There's a lot easier jobs out there, but it's the most rewarding, I think. The highs are really high, but the lows are really low. And yeah, and just make sure you love it.
I think everyone at home can see why I used to ask Liz so many questions of advice. Liz, thank you so much. I think you're amazing at what you do. You're inspirational for all of us that do want to have a family at some point and carry on a career in golf. I hope you play amazing this week.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liz.